This is honestly the hardest video I've ever had to make in my life.
I mean, I don't know if I'd go that far, because there was that one video.
But after a lot of thought, I have decided that I will be no longer be doing Sidemen videos.
So KSI has left the Sidemen, and I can't lie, I'm not a huge Sidemen guy. Did have a quick look to see what I'd missed, and maybe it wasn't a lot actually. The writing might have been on the wall when they released Sidemen last to P wins 20 grand. Without a doubt, the funniest detail is you can see that they've like A/B tested this as well. Imagine the chats in the office trying to decide which one to go with.
It just doesn't feel real. The Sidemen have been such a huge part of my life for over 12, 13 years. Together we've done things I never thought were possible.
And this is a massive thing for the UK. People seem to think I'm middle-aged for some reason. But I was a kid when these videos were coming out, so kind of changes everything. Although it does seem like the writing has been on the wall for a little bit though, because a couple of weeks ago we did tweet this. Didn't want to listen when I told you, put me down repeatedly and disguised it as humbling me. Now you see the results, but act like you never knew what I brought to the table. Funny that now you listen to keep the foundation stable. It's only through reading this that I realised this is supposed to be a verse or something. But anyway, the point is that this does contrast with the goodwill he's kind of putting across in this video.
I've watched these boys grow into incredible men. I've watched these guys grow into fathers. I've watched them grow into husbands.
The main takeaway is he's definitely trying to say this was a amicable thing, but as you're going to see, I don't think it was. He does at least have some nice things to say about all of them.
To Simon, the friend I've known the absolute longest, from the times we fought when we were young to all the happy, great times we had when we used to live together.
Even Vic Star got a mention, which, you know, he deserved.
To Vic, I need to focus on myself.
Yeah, as I said, the writing has been on the wall, because recently it seems like he's been trying to make a little bit of a pivot. Because there was a video that went viral recently, for example, which I had bookmarks. I might have done a video on this alone. A lot of YouTubers have been trying to make like the WWE pivot recently. Not just necessarily going to the WWE, but the personality style. And I don't think anything shows how bad this is more than the videos of KSI at the Baller League.
What the f was that? Are you proud of that? Are any of you proud of that? Everything I'm doing, bro. I'm literally giving you everything. Everything on the plate. Everything!
How are they taking KSI serious? I mean, it's hard to say.
Oh, it looked like you didn't give a shit. Normal things that we do, the simple stuff, we don't even do it.
Yeah, when comments are getting this many likes, it kind of says it all, really. And for the employed amongst us, let me clue you in, because it seems like his ego is definitely a massive part of this. I think this is the reason this has happened, because he's been doing some victory laps on Twitter recently. At face value, he got 18 million views in a day. Obviously, that's unbelievable. But again, you go back to that tweet and he's taking shots at his boys, which is never a good sign. And the funniest part is, this was from a short, which, in YouTube terms, the best way I could kind of represent this is, it's a bit like when Michael Owen was scoring goals against a 13-year-old.
Get in there! Well done, he's 13.
And listen, I don't want to say anything about views. Obviously, I cannot say a single word. But maybe he's a little bit misguided here. And again, that is hilarious for me to say, but when it comes to egos like this, and this guy clearly has an unbelievable ego, I think it's easy to make mistakes, and the ego point actually can't be overstated. There is one clip I saw recently, very funny, but it says it all.
Well, you know, I was there. I was trying to get girls, and YouTube wasn't the place to try and get girls. I was like, oh, okay, I need to be more mainstream. And the way to do that is music. Music. So I was like, okay, I need
Probably the worst thing you ever did, by the way.
So KSI released a song a couple of years ago, you might have heard it, called The Thick of It, considered generally to be maybe the worst piece of art ever created. And you would think at this point he'd be able to accept some criticism finally about this. Not the case though, he just isn't having it.
Why? How?
You know, some of them songs.
What? Yeah, but like but that's with every artist.
To the ring, to the ring.
Okay, yeah, but it's all right, 129 million views.
All right.
On YouTube.
Wow.
And 100+ million streams.
Yeah.
Bro, it's done well.
All right.
And every time I perform it, it goes off.
Someone's taken the criticism well.
I think if you're unwilling to participate in jokes about something objectively funny that happened a couple of years ago, to the point where you're actually getting defensive, I think there's a problem there.
Oh, suddenly JJ's realised he makes meme songs. It's a
good song. And actually, we're going to pivot because that is not the biggest problem. According to my research that consists of basically searching things up on Twitter, well, there are a lot of videos floating around that have now become very relevant.
I look at Jimmy and I go, bro, I can do what he does and better and more.
Bro, he's built a 500-person team of
yes,
killers.
I know, but I can do that as well.
I love the optimism.
He's a host, but I can also be more than just a host. I can show more personality.
Now, it's funny because they're obviously trying to reel him in for a reason. He is the bottom line, so you're going to try and kill that idea in the crib. But this is clearly the source of that tweet you made, which was clearly quite angry.
He doesn't want to have too much personality in his videos because the second you have too much personality, you put off other people. There's certain people that won't like you.
You can't get to 100 million views across the world with your personality.
With
no one
too
can
much-
do it.
I want to be the guy that can get 100 million without having to be a robot.
I'm very excited to see it.
Okay.
I invite you to do it and I will enjoy watching.
Now, getting buoyed by Vicstar, obviously that is going to put a fire in your belly. I mean, I'd crash out harder than what he tweeted, so we'll let him off there. But in these clips that are now going around, I actually thought it would be worse than it is. By the looks of what I'm seeing and what you're about to see, kind of does sound like good advice.
I just hate being comfortable. Sitting back, looking at my life and going, oh man, I smashed it. Me, that's so boring.
Yeah,
But there is like,
I'm thinking about my children and my children's children and my children's
they're
children's
fine.
children.
They've got
No,
also-
but if I said they were fine years ago and then I'm here in this position, I'd be broke.
I'm going to drop a gem on you real quick. When you have children, yeah, and they're growing up, they're not going to remember, oh, dad was so f***ing good. All he did was work constantly and all he did was fly to American club. They'll care about, oh, he f***ing helped me do a drawing after school.
This is a thing that can happen to people. Tunnel vision. There is definitely more to life than collabing with Kais and that, and I'll stand on that at least.
More things to life to enjoy than going, I must grow!
No, but you
I must grow! I've got to go and collab with Kais and that right now, sorry. Trust me.
Okay, fair.
Trust me.
Fair.
And funnily enough, it seems like they did actually get through to him here. This conversation might have convinced him to start to make some changes in his life. In fact, he actually spoke about this at length, and he's right, but it's kind of brutal the way it actually ended up.
In the past, 10 years, I can count how many times I've seen my parents. It just put a load of things into perspective because I can't keep going on like this forever. Because I mean, if I just work, and don't stop, don't find time for my family, you know, things will suffer. You know, and I'll look back and be like, I did all this work, you know, made all this money, but what do I have to show for it? A missus that hardly ever gets to see me. I've got a family that hardly ever gets to see me. So yeah, I'm just working on making changes in my life.
So yeah, it turns out that change was to kind of cut loose the people that told him this. And I mean, that's his right to do, but you can tell why there's maybe bad blood now. But yeah, the reactions are now starting to spill out, and there was a full statement put out. We're sad to share the news that JJ has decided not to continue as part of the Sidemen. We had an amazing time on this journey with him, and we wish him all the best with his future endeavors. This doesn't change anything for the rest of us. We're still committed to creating the best content, events, and shows that we can for you. So don't worry, because Try Not to Piss Challenge Part 3 is coming out soon. Funnily enough, the top tweet under this is actually directly referencing that. I'm glad there's kind of a collective consciousness that everybody shares at least. But the only other real narrative is that this is a forfeit or like just a trick. Post Champions League final clarity probably does go hard, but I don't think that's the case here. Considering everything we've seen, I think it might be over. And you know what? I've actually got a solution because there is one pair of safe hands that can clearly steady the ship. It's Comedy Shots Gamer. I've got his resume right here.
Hey baby, my name's Comedy Schultz Gamer.